Hey yo, what is up guys? My name is Hyperbullet and today we're going to be doing my first ever video. Today's video will be tackling on the what if train. I'm sorry for that terrible English. Today we're going to be doing what if Deku got the powers from Quantum Break. I don't know exactly how to word it, but it doesn't matter. Now, a few of you might have heard of it. In fact, I think a lot of you have heard of it. It's a pretty big game, though if you haven't heard of it, and basically the rundown is, one day this guy named Jack Joyce gets a call from his friend called Paul Serene. Now, Paul Serene has invented time travel, apparently, with Jack's brother, Will Joyce. So they go in, they test the machine, it works when they go back in time. When they go forward in time, Will tries to stop them, but it's too late. Paul is stuck there, and the machine goes off. They get superpowers, they're able to control time. Paul to a bigger extent than Jack, though Paul has the Chronon disease, but we'll get into that later. Anyways, so they get superpowers. And that's basically the rundown. That's the beginning of the game. You don't really need to know the rest, other than the corporation that's gonna create the time machine in the My Hero Academia universe is also gonna be Monarch. So yeah, if you know what Monarch is, good for you. If you don't, well then whatever. I mean, it's not that important. It's just a company. Well, I mean, kind of. It'll be more important later in the story. But, anyways, let's get into this. So, yeah, all men are not created equal, the whole rundown. Deku doesn't have any powers, bullied by Bakugo. So, what I'm gonna do is, a few months before Deku meets All Might, he'll get his powers. And the way I'm gonna do that is, they'll go on a field trip. This is going to sound eerily familiar if you guys watch a lot of What Ifs, which is probably how you're going to see this video. This is not going to get recommended. From Anime Junkie's video, I think, about the Spider-Man, where he goes on a field trip, he gets bitten by a spider. Mine's is going to be like that, but a little different. In fact, a lot more different. So what's going to happen is they go on a field trip, Deku goes inside the building. Monarch building, by the way. I'm sorry if I said Monarch. Okay, whatever. Let's just go on with the story. Ignore what I just said about how Monarch isn't important and all the other stuff, okay? Let's just do this. So, Deku goes in the building, gets a tour of the building, they're asked to leave, but Deku sees something out of the corner of his eye. A little door that's open. Deku's bored, He decides to go in just for research purposes because he's so infatuated with the building because it's full of science, and nobody will notice him if he goes in there. So he just goes in, He goes and he sees this little hexagonal orb, and behind some glass there are a couple people there. First of all, there's this guy with a bunch of hands on him. Super weird. He looks a bit intimidating. The another guy, he's purplish, wavy. He has a little metal neck. That's also weird. And then there's a guy in the middle sitting on a chair. He has a black mask. And he's tall. He's wearing a suit. Very well dressed. This is super weird, Deku thinks. What the hell is happening? Well, you guys probably know where this is going, but it doesn't. But let's go. So, they send one of their men in to test this machine for research purposes, supposedly. Deku goes, he looks at the machine, and someone enters it. The machine starts powering. And before Deku can get away, some weird stuff starts happening. Certain parts of his body start to slow down, like there's these weird like prismatic shapes that are happening around him, and it looks like the ground is waving, like in waves, like ocean waves, and it's super weird. And the machine goes off, and boom, Deku is just thrusted with a bunch of chronons. Chronons are time particles, basically, in, the quantum break universe. I never mentioned the game name, but it doesn't matter now. That's what it's called, Quantum Break. It's called Quantum Break, alright? You should definitely play it. It's a good game. Anyways, so, Deku gets these particles. And all of a sudden, he has powers. It's super strange to him. No, he doesn't get them right away, but what he does is he's pushed back by the force, and what ends up happening is Deku runs away. They catch him and they send guards after him. The building goes on lockdown. Deku narrowly escapes and goes into the field of kids. They were entering the bus because it's the end of the field trip now. And so they enter the bus, and Deku just hides amongst them. A sea of kids. And so the guards can't find him. And Deku escapes narrowly. So he goes home. And, all of a sudden, he has these powers. His hands start waving. He's like, what's going on? What hit me? It must have something to do with that machine. I need to go investigate. And that's where we'll leave it off, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was short, but my footage was also short. It's roughly 7 minutes. And so I just wanted to keep it there because I didn't want to expend that footage. But anyways, see you guys later. Bye.